in all honesty, he is a fan of Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Evo. But what it is it reads to me
He's writing his
like
own fan
that.
fiction.
Yeah, basically.
He
That's what
does
it
call
reads
this
like to me.
NAU. Like, it is
Mhm.
specifically like, it's like a coffee shop AU, or a sci-fi AU, or an eyes and ears
So,
AU. Sing to me, Polylema, muse of geometry, of the eyes that listen, and the data that we swim through. Sing of the fragments of the souls, and the choices we make that lead us to the shards. Welcome to FanDive. My name is Chaos.
and my name is Andy. I'm
And
back.
Andy's back, and we're both exhausted. It's bedtime, but instead we're going to be talking about the new eyes and ears lore and how it ties into the data stream, and then we can go take a nap.
Yeah, then we get to do a nap.
And then we can go take a nap. Okay, so let's catch y'all up. Because I realized the past couple podcast episodes I've been doing, I've not actually been explaining what we talk about, and instead just diving in. I'm like, we have to
That's been my job. I refocus you to explain.
And you haven't been here, and now you guys see the inside of my mind. But yes, so Eyes and Ears, AU's Alternative Universe. It is basically a tag-along story, technically not happening in the canon of the life series, but Martyn uses the life series to tell this story. And it's about how, like, the Watchers from Evo SMP, they're back and they're scary. And Martyn is being the battleground between these Watchers and their enemies known as the Listeners. And there's a bigger council of things like them that are ancient and old. And they don't like what the Watchers are doing. So they're all trying to save the life series members. And Martyn is struggling. And that's the Eyes and Ears lore.
I think the Eyes and Ears lore is just everybody is struggling. Is there anybody in that AU who is doing just peachy?
I mean, honestly, let's think about Bigby. Bigby went through all of Evo and now is in the life series and, like, has zero major, like, angsty lore about him. He's thriving.
Well, there's some...
He's mostly thriving.
There's some weird things. I don't know how we feel about the back rooms, but...
I view the back rooms as Bigby thriving, so,
Okay.
But
it's enrichment. It's enrichment.
But that's the Eyes and Ears lore, where there's these godlike entities playing with the lives of the life series members. But then we have the DataStream, another story that Martyn has been telling that, frankly, I haven't been keeping a ton of attention on because it's, like, almost entirely done in live streams.
There's so many up in the air things with just, like, these dots are connected. Okay, Martyn, tell us how they're connected. Martyn, tell us how they're connected, please.
Martyn, you didn't connect anything. You just
gave us a whole lot of dots in the thing. How are they connected?
The story of the DataStream is that there is a assumed to be teenage character known as Martyn who wanders into his kind of like weird sketchy neighbor's place in search of like, I need you to bootleg this thing off the internet for me, but then touches something he definitely shouldn't and ends up being sucked into the internet. He's in the DataStream. He's in the games. He's been isekai'd.
I know Pirates was one.
Like, Rats was one.
Yeah.
There's another one. I'm blanking on what it was. Was it No, he didn't do it in Cowboys because his last major one was Rats 2, and that came before Cowboys. So he's been doing it for a while. I'm blanking on all of them.
Yeah. Like I said, bunch of dots, vaguely connected, but we don't know a lot of information. So how things are going down is a bit confusing.
Yeah. So what Martyn is doing in the DataStream is that he's looking for things known as shards, and shards are kind of an unknown thing, but if they're left in a world too long, if they're left in like a Minecraft server, they're going to corrupt the code and they're going to make things absolutely horrible and impossible and like you can't function. And another group of people are trying to find them that is known as the Chest organization, and Martyn cannot let Chest agents find these shards. Martyn needs to destroy them before that happens. And theoretically, Doc, who is the weird sketchy neighbor that he has, not Doc from Hermitcraft, though I know a lot of people like making that joke.
It's not Doc M. It's just Doc the weird neighbor.
Doc the weird neighbor is also theoretically fighting against the Chest organization, but he's also fighting against these weird corrupted shadow monsters, and Doc may or may not be missing. unclear. But those are two separate stories that Martyn's like, yep, and somehow they're connected, and then never talked about it again. Until now.
He says they're connected. He says they're connected. Tell me how, I beg. And then the new live series after the live series stream happened.
Yeah,
and we get more lore.
And we get more lore. Martyn does these things after the live series where he sits his chat down, he does a live stream, and he's like, this is the lore that we can talk about from this past live series. What's the new eyes and ears stuff? Because he doesn't like telling it in the actual gameplay, and most he'll edit it in, and even that's a stretch nowadays. But Martyn is specifically saying we're at the end of being able to talk about this lore through live streams. Going forward, he wants to make a comic book or some sort of new medium to do this storytelling, because there's not much more he can do just telling us. But let's where's my notes? Let's talk about what the higgity heck he said. So much, and a lot of it is kind of just confirming things we already knew, like the people talking in the poem were the watchers and the listeners. Thank you.
We picked up on that. It wasn't confirmed. We were kind of just he relies on patterns and certain phrases attached to certain things. I mean, during past life, there was a few times that someone would say something and we would flash back to Evo.
Mostly Evo, and mostly just like the first episode that he did that in. Also, it is worth noting that Martyn, when he was doing this live stream, was coming down with some sort of illness, and has since said on Tumblr, he's like, I honestly don't know what I said. I hope someone wrote it down for me, so who knows if any of this is canon or not.
Yeah, he said that at the beginning of the stream as well. I'm not going to remember any of this.
So may we be the true canonical record here and now, we're saying it. Going through my notes, first of all, everyone was pointing out the moon. The moon is watching over us. Is the moon actually how the watchers view the world? And Martyn's like, probably like metaphorically, symbolically, but not literally. Like, if there's clouds in the way, the watchers can still see you.
Yeah, but it's symbolically can still make sense in a way. This is not Pearlescent Moon is a watcher, by the way.
It has been confirmed Grian is the only watcher player, and no players have become listeners. Grian's the only one of his kind.
But the concept of celestial beings watching over us does, for humans at least, tie very closely to like the sun and the moon and stuff. And so symbolically, yeah, sure, they can be moon. It's all right, whatever.
Martyn has no lore for the symbol on the ground turning into bedrock. Slowly but surely, he's like, he thought Grian might be doing something with it, like story-wise, and then it just never happened. No. So it's just kind of a thing that happened.
He also doesn't have lore for the fact that celestial bodies are assigned to each life series winner. That's not his lore.
Yeah, that's entirely fanon.
He said a few times now, that's not connected to his AU. That is a fandom thing.
But his chat really did bring up, it's like, oh, now that you've won twice, do you get another one? And then someone's like, but Mars has two moons, Phoebos and Phobos, which are like fear and dread or something. And he's like, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. It's cool. I'm claiming that you have to make that fanon now.
Yeah, so it's Mars and the moons and the Mars.
The Mars and the moons. And the moons and Mars.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me. How do we put it in the rhyme? I don't know, but it's in there now.
It's in there. He did talk about how, like, when the players, quote unquote, die in the life game, it's really closer to a Pokemon fate. Like, yes, it is in the moment treated as a death, but they're not permadying, you know? They're going to the void afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And it was interesting when we were talking about Scar's lore, because we have had it confirmed previously, previous streams, previous discussions, that between series, all of the players are falling endlessly through the void, because the fear of falling and stuff like that is such a primal, and they extract emotions.
They eat emotions. So watchers eat emotions. So that's the idea of the life games, is they're trying to get the emotions, and they'll do that even as the players are asleep.
But Scar has his own lore.
Yeah, so Scar's lore is that because he didn't die in Secret Life, he keeps going back there in between games. And so Martyn has tried to give a couple different explanations for it. One is like the Watchers put him back there physically and then pull him out again. And his current explanation is that's just the nightmare that Scar experiences while he's asleep. But Scar is functionally in the sunflower field. That's the point.
He's in the sunflower fields and he sees shadows.
He sees shadows.
That's his own lore. We're not sure what's up with him. He's not typically the person that does angsty lore, but it is what it is.
Talking about the void and where the players go, Martyn confirmed that Grian is not allowed in the void in between games, and the Watchers specifically hold him like he cannot enter the void because they worry about what happens if he can reach his friends in there, which makes me wonder, does Grian have to go back to the Watchers in between the games?
Yeah, I was going to ask, where does he go, do you think?
Maybe he stays like in the Life series. Maybe he's also stuck in Secret Life somewhere.
He's the shadows.
He is the shadows.
About that.
Make it angsty. Go.
I know many people, when writing things about the Eyes and Ears AU, take it slightly differently than the original interpreted AU.
I mean, let's be real.
For example, they'll have them go back to Hermitcraft in between, or whatever SMP they are a part of at the time, but have no memory of it. And then once you're in the Life series, you remember again. So is Grian the only one going back to the server?
That would make things so angsty, actually. Hold on.
Yeah, if Grian's the only one that goes back to the home SMP, Hermitcraft, most likely.
Oh, wait, no. What if he goes back to Evo? What if he's sent back to Evo?
You can't go void. He just hangs out at the corrupted first spawn.
The Grian Empire shall live forever.
Yeah, Grian wouldn't accept that law, but we can.
But we can. Okay, we're gonna swing back around because this is about the time in the stream when Martyn was talking about how, like, the poem is officially the first official connection to the DataStream character, though they have been like sharing lore for a while now, especially with like Pirates SMP when DataStream Martyn had the fraction scars. Martyn specifically said that he designed that VTuber character, the actual look and shape of the VTuber character and lore, around the pre-existing story of the Life series. So DataStream was always meant to be connected to the Life series. And specifically, the scars that DataStream Martyn has, he does not know where they come from. He does not think about it very often. Anytime someone asks, he gives a wild, made-up, incorrect answer that's different every time.
As he should.
As he should.
It's funny. If you have mysterious appearing scars, you're just like, got it from a horse or something. I don't know.
And those scars, both DataStream and the Life series Martyn share those scars. Those are the scars of the fragments of when the Life series Martyn loses a life game, part of his soul is fractured off. And when he wins, the listeners are able to protect it. So there's the big one on his cheek. That's a fragment protected one.
I don't understand what protecting it means.
I think it means he doesn't lose a piece of his soul, which, I mean, that's a good thing.
Not like he's not losing the piece of the soul. It's just fractured. It's not gone.
Yeah. I don't like, it's one of those things not like super explained, but the general vibe is you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we got that, but Martyn, what does it mean?
What does it mean? I need this comic book.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna become an author. He likes anime too much.
He's during the stream, he's like, "Hey, Cherry, how much do people charge per comic book page?" And it's like insane because think about how much work goes into a comic book. It's oh boy, that's gonna take a while before we get that. Let's be so real.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we like ever got it, or it's gonna be like 5 years from now. And he's like, "Congrats, guys! We can go back to doing lore again.
We can do it."
And everyone's like, "We forgot you were doing that."
Yeah.
Several more live series has happened, and you've not done anything because comic books take a long time. Any form of book.
They're actually insane. Before we get too offbeat, I do want to point out how, like, even though DataStream characters who appear in DataStream lore, like Good Times Scarred, Mythical Sausage, and like reappearing characters, Martyn doesn't know if a lot of those characters are players or NPCs because in his mind he's still in a video game. But it is worth pointing out that like the characters that he meets are not the same as the life series. So even though Good Times with Scar exists in the DataStream lore, that is not the same Scar as in the life series. They're entirely separate. None of those characters have ever met or interacted, like crossing the streams in any way.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're doing other people's AUs.
Unless it's another AU. But those two, life series and DataStream, are not the same person. They are connected, not the same person, and have never met.
Yeah, which could, again, not actual canon at this point, but could add to the angst if it's like, is this an NPC? Is this a real person? If it's the same name and similar personalities over and over, but they don't remember, is this a person acting or?
Yeah, I think, was it you I was talking to with? There's someone I was talking with, and it was like, let's share all the DataStream Martyn fan fictions that we have, and they all basically deal with the same concept of like, are you a human right now? Do you need to eat? Do you need to sleep? Are the people around you human right now? How do you interact with them if you don't know if it's like an NPC or a person? It's like,
yeah, we discussed this.
Such good fan fiction. Such good fan fiction.
There's some good ones, but I wish there was more, because the concept of
we need more DataStream for that to happen.
I loved the mythical sausage and Martyn in the Littlewood.
Oh yeah.
Version of that one.
Oh yeah.
Where Sausage was like, a world hopper. And Martyn goes, another DataStream person. Wait a minute.
Those are two separate conversations we're having right now.
Yeah. Where did this come from? What are you talking about? Anyway.
Oh, yes. In the DataStream, very frequently you're going to see the cipher. Now, a lot of people have more or less force broken the cipher before, but Martyn was trying to drip feed us letters because it's like what's on his little phone that he like writes in his diary in, and like these weird symbols that are around. It's a very easy replacement cipher. And the fragment protected big cool thing that we got at the end of the life series, there's a bunch of letters like F, G, and A that all glitched out, and those were the missing letters that we needed to complete the cipher. Literally, we've only not been revealed the letter K yet, and at that point you know which letter K is.
Yeah, the process of elimination at that point. I've not gotten into the cipher, I'll be honest.
I know, I really want to go find all the moments where he has the cipher pulled up and like start to decode them, but also I'm like, someone's so clearly going to have this like as an answer sheet for me on Tumblr or Reddit or something. Okay.
So not on topic, but me looking at the cipher is the same thing when Gravity Falls was massive, looking at people solving the different ciphers and codes, just like, yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. But also, I love how Martyn's like, I need to drip feed you all the letters. But the second you reveal which letter is E, you've basically given us the whole cipher, because from there we can get the word the, and from there we can get any word that have T, H, and E in it, which is like most frickin' words. It's if you're good at Wheel of Fortune, you would be amazing at ciphers.
Yeah, so it's
it's
not something I'm very familiar with.
It's something. I'm trying to go through my notes. I'm not certain there's any more major VTuber lore that was explained. I mean, other than Doc is still missing. No one knows what happened to him.
Yeah, we've not heard from him in a while.
No. But yeah, the rest of the notes I think are entirely about the live series. And so it's like, oh, remember that in that final episode when everyone was pointing out how like that ender pearl isn't purling and those arrows are frozen in midair. Martyn's like, oh, the listeners are finally able to physically interact with the world. They're getting stronger. When he does that.
Mm-hmm. I love when he just take something that happened purely on accident and is like, I can make a lore out of that.
I can do that.
You can make a religion out of this.
Wait, no. Oh, there is one thing about VTubing. Not VTubing. What am I saying? Data streaming. Remember in Rats 2, that big, really cool finale when like pirate rat Rand was sailing off and like Martyn had to jump off his ship and it's like, wait, I forgot to go get the fragments, and he runs into this fog and it's like weirdly glitchy and like weird things happen and Martyn feels like he's having a heart attack, even though that shouldn't be possible because he's in the data stream and therefore not physical and doesn't have a heart and all that jazz. Yeah. Turns out Martyn's like, that's connected to the life series, and in fact I'm saying specifically past life, as in what happened in past life that would have given Rats to Martyn a heart attack?
I don't know, okay? I don't know. He gives us a bunch of dots and says, have fun, and I don't know what to do with it, okay?
And I don't-
Chaos. I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, sure, the fragment protected is over his right pec, and it's parallel to the one that he got over his heart because double life in Cleo. And I'm like, does that mean he has just 2 diamond tattoos on his chest? Sure. Sure, Martyn. That's not gonna have some weird fan art.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, during the final battle, like over the square hole, Martyn did say, it's like, oh, remember Jem's monologue, as air quotes monologue, the very brief conversation with Jimmy, where Jem was like, hey, everyone else in this fight pit has won before. Why don't we team up and fight them before choosing one of us to be the winner? And Martyn's like, that moment is when the Watchers were putting all their emotions on Jem because they wanted Jem to win. And Jem was gearing up and trying to betray Grian for angst and emotion. And that's also what Martyn like chose to set up for. It's like, yeah, and then Grian went to apologize for betraying Jem because he didn't want her to think about, why did I have all these thoughts about betraying my teammates? It was this moment of like, oh, Grian can't let Jem know that there's any sort of influence on this world, even though the players are very clearly becoming aware.
Why would Grian not want them to be aware? Like, maybe if it caused them more angst, but like, they're doing angst anyway, and if they're more aware, can't they be in more control? Isn't that why the Watchers will do the memory wipe thingy?
Yeah, Martyn
like canonically...
Martyn canonically does not remember the conversations with the Watchers. Like, he doesn't know when the Watchers were like, oh, Grian, he was not meant to be there, only to watch or whatever. He canonically does not remember that. But Martyn has also said in his live stream, specifically this one, that the players are becoming more aware. They don't know about the Watchers and listeners, but they know that their games are being interfered with. They just have yet to wonder why they're playing the games in the first place.
Yeah, because ultra nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Nonsense about godly-like beings.
Nonsense.
Makes perfect sense.
Nonsense.
It's good lore. I know I'm kind of making fun of it, but I really do enjoy the story like, and what comes from it.
Love it so much, but also there was a point in time, I think it was last time he did these like big major live streams, where I sent my notes to a friend because I'm like, look at all this lore that just got dropped, and my friend was like, Martyn needs to learn to stop talking and let the fans just go. And I'm like, but the lore! But the lore!
Here's the thing. In all honesty, he is a fan of Evo.
Yeah.
He was in Evo. But what it is it reads to me.
He's writing his own fan fiction.
Yeah, basically.
He does call this like NAU. Like, it is specifically like, it's like a coffee shop AU, or a sci-fi AU, or an eyes and ears AU.
Yeah. So I really enjoy it. I agree it's a bit convoluted and strange at times, but honestly, the best stories are a bit convoluted and strange, and I don't mind it. I can tease it a bunch though, because Martyn, I beg of you, put the dots together. Give me a timeline, please.
We have the closest thing we've ever gotten to a timeline, and I was like, literally just got to.
Something.
Yeah. So
what season of the live series are we on, Chaos? How long has it been since Evo?
Like 12 years.
Yeah, and we just got a timeline.
We finally got a timeline. So
yeah.
the question has always been, when did the Watchers leave the council? When did the council get involved with Evo? When did the whole Grian incident happen? We finally have figured that out. We've finally gotten confirmed. So the confirmation is that there's only 2 Watchers, and the rest of the council, they were once part of it, and they were part of it while they were messing with Evo. But then the council, and specifically the listeners, looked at what the Watchers were doing in Evo and went, why do you care about these mortals specifically when there's billions of others? And also, hey, knock it off. You're going to get us caught, because whatever ancient things that the council is, whatever the Watchers are, they feed off of emotions. That seems to be a thing they all do. But specifically, they can be stopped. If humans find out that the council is feeding off of their emotions, they can stop them, which is why they were so desperate to get the Watchers to stop what they were doing.
Yeah, so do you think that the second somebody figures it out, they just have that intrinsic, I know how to stop this now.
I
But,
think it's more of like, you know that thing in like fantasy where it's like you got to put up a mental barrier. It's like you have to meditate and like learn to close off your thoughts. It's like it's probably going to be like it is possible, but it is not automatic, and you do have to put effort into figuring it out.
not to be on the Watcher's side or anything, but if you keep taking the emotions away and then eventually they die,
Yeah, I
do they have long enough to figure it out?
listen.
Yeah, you are the listener, Chaos.
No, I'm the annoying friend along the way. I am the
Yeah, you
chaos.
are. I love you.
Right. But yeah, so the timeline goes that they were part of the council while messing with Evo. And in the moment where they took Grian from Evo, when Grian joined the Watchers, was in the middle of the Watchers getaway. They were literally leaving the council and picked Grian up along the road to wherever they were going. So
Shout out all the people who refer to Grian as the stray. You have been right all along.
you've been right. So the listeners and the rest of the council know about Grian, but Grian does not know about the listeners or the rest of the council because he was not ever introduced to them. He's slowly figuring out that there's other entities involved with whatever the Watchers were doing, but he does not know about the listeners. He truly thinks that he's on his own when fighting against the Watchers.
But we're slowly gaining on them.
Or slowly. But the listeners stuck around Evo because they were trying to clean up the mess that the Watchers left. And then ultimately, when they started the whole live series, the listeners were like, please stop. You're going to get us caught again. Like, they're not morally good. They're morally neutral and selfish because they also need to feed. But they don't need to feed solely off of negative emotions.
The Watchers just have a refined palate.
You know those like young kids who are like, I only eat chicken nuggets and 2 carrots. I'm like, I feel like how that's the Watchers are. They're just eating junk food.
I only eat hurt/comfort and hurt no comfort.
Yeah, like,
no.
no.
What are you doing?
Read some fluff, you fools. Diversify your fanfiction palette. Shake my finger at the
I
Watchers.
Only like Wump.
No, not Wump. It's almost October. You're gonna be gluttonous.
As whenever the new live series season starts, just no, Watchers, stop being gluttonous.
I mean, Grian did say, "Hey, the live series is going to happen sooner than you think," which I'm like, I don't think we're getting a Halloween live series, but I'm also not going to say no to that.
Grimace.
Not Grimace. We're back to the Grimace versus Halloween. No.
I know Halloween is more important to me, but I suspect that if the live series is sooner than we expect, it's going to be closer to like Christmas time.
Halloween. Okay, we have just a couple more notes.
Okay.
We did get confirmation that the fragment and the loot shards are connected, but they're not. He did not say how. He did not explain. He did not even say they're the same thing, but also they're not. But he just said they're connected, but refused to expand upon it. So again, fragments are something Martyn's soul ? And loot shards are something corrupted piece of code in the world. I originally had the theory of like, oh, is Martyn losing his soul and it's ending up in the DataStream? But then everyone's like, well, DataStream Martyn's actively destroying them. I'm like, well, then are the fragments like bad pieces of Martyn's soul? Is DataStream Martyn a fragment of?
Meow. Hear me out.
Okay.
There were other people in the data stream that got fully corrupted, like fully fragmented.
Ooh.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's releasing this corrupted code and these fragments back into the he's releasing them.
He's releasing them. Aww. So it's not getting destroyed. He's just destroying their vessel.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a really angsty note about Grian. Hold on. So Grian can resist the Watchers. He can fight against them, but he does not have full autonomy. Apparently, the way Martyn explained this was when Grian was in the end against the big dragon fight in Past Life, there was that moment where Grian accidentally clicked on the bed and blew him and Smallish Beans up. Martyn says that was the Watchers taking control of Grian.
Gosh. Again, with him just like experiencing things and going, I can make lore.
I can do lore. So yes, while Grian is coming into his powers, while he's gaining stronger through each life series, he largely is still a victim of the Watchers. He is still part of them and under control by them. Martyn did specifically say that Grian is gaining a larger view, like he can expand his vision and see more of the world than an average player can with just their eyes, and he does start to use that to his advantage, but I don't think Martyn's fully going, and he's cheating. Yeah. It's fully like he is capable of doing more, but he doesn't have the power, the experience, or the autonomy yet to truly pull on that.
Yeah, but he wants to be the boogeyman.
He wants to be the boogeyman so bad. He does.
He doesn't get to.
He doesn't get to, but one day.
Not allowed.
I do find it so funny. It's like, well, if the Watchers pick who the boogie is, they're never gonna let it's the same logic of, well, Grian can't enter the void because then he can touch his friends. Grian can't be Boogie because then he's going to murder everyone, and it's going to be a very short life series.
It's funnier that it's not on purpose.
Oh yeah, it's entirely
because
random.
If it's on purpose, it's deliberate. No, he's not allowed. But the fact that statistically he's just not gotten it yet.
Well, I mean, neither has Cleo, so yeah.
Yeah, but how many times has Scott got it?
Scott got it like 4 times in a row. It was...
That's what I'm saying, is that it's funnier that it's random like that.
Like,
because
Scott,
we do have
again,
the lore.
Scott lost all his luck points purely in charisma. He put everything in charisma, and every time he I need a luck point, it's to reroll charisma. He has nothing left for Boogie.
Yeah, don't know. It's a little bit funnier when it's completely coincidental than somebody's controlling who is the boogeyman.
Yep, 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 yep. What if I'm the boogeyman?
What if you're the boogeyman?
Okay, Q&A time.
The boogie.
The boogie. I don't have any questions for us. Give me a moment.
I'm reading Spider-Man fanfiction.
Oh, I love Spider-Man fanfiction. Do you want to just talk about fanfiction for our Q&A?
Yeah, we're talking about fanfiction today because we didn't have questions lined up.
Again, it's very tired this week. We just want to talk about fanfiction and that fanfiction. I
loved there's really only like 2 or 3 that are solid actual fanfictions, but the ones where it is DataStream Martyn and the angst that comes with, is it real? Am I real? That kind of meta version of dissociation.
Dude. Vampires SMP? It's all like, what day are we recording this on? Wednesday? So like the first episode dropped not even 5 days ago. And there's 3 days ago. there's so much good fanfiction. It's so
I've not gotten around to watching it at this point. I've been so busy with my life.
You would enjoy Scott's POV. Scott has
Scott's point of view.
It's so pretty, and it's dude, the freaking Owen Juice like did an extra step of like animating everybody's eyeballs when he needs to have a conversation with them, and it's so pretty. And also like Burlesque Moon and Zombie Cleo, it's like, yeah, there's horror going on outside a door. Anyway, do you want to like do casual sapphic roommate romance?
Oh. Is that so?
It's so pretty, and I love it. And like Power Creations is just iconic, and everyone like keeps like messaging me and putting in my comments or like DMing me. It's like, do you think DataStream lore is going to happen in vampires? And I'm like, DataStream lore is really purely live streamed, and Vampires SMP is purely YouTube. They're doing 0 live streams for the series. Wouldn't it be so cool if DataStream got to be a vampire for a little bit, like as a treat?
Why is Zombie Cleo a human?
So the lore, the story of Vampires SMP is that 14 humans walk into an abandoned town. 2 of them are secretly vampires. Can the vampires turn everyone into vampires, or will the humans defeat them? So two of the 14 people.
Cleo with live skin.
That's human Cleo. Excuse you.
It bothers
It
me. I
does. It
don't
does.
like
Looking
it
at it,
when her
I'm like,
skin has.
you're alive right now. That's not allowed.
Yeah, yeah, it feels so rude, and I'm just like, you're alive. Stop it.
Stop it. Yes, but I'm so like, if Zombie Cleo does end up becoming a vampire, do you think there's a vampire-esque version of human Cleo, or will Zombie Cleo just become a
Oh,
zombie? That's the question.
I think there's gonna be a vampire version.
I
I think it's gonna
want
be similar,
vampires.
but
I want vampires. Well, also, like, the vampires are supposed to like be able to blend in with humans at least for like their first level of existence. So, but vampires.
vampires.
I literally, so part of the reason why I was late to record today was I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna stop at Walmart to see if they have any vampire cloak patterns, for no reason at
Oh,
all.
yeah, no reason whatsoever.
No, they didn't, for the record. And I'm like, I have a long coat pattern that can very easily be modified, but also I want to start collecting patterns so I can feel more confident when I'm sewing. A
No, I
majority,
get
the
that.
thing that like separates like, yes, you've made a costume, to yes, this is a costume, it's confidence. Are you confident enough in your sewing ability? Can you draw a circle? Are you confident in that circle? So
I'm
just,
also going to say another thing.
yeah.
It's also the confidence that it's not going to fall apart the second you step outside.
Oh my god, dude. I'm finally at the stage of my sewing journey where I can put the things I've made in the washing machine and not feel freaked out about it. I'm like, oh my god, moment of freedom in my life.
That's a big part of it,
That's
is because that is somewhat confidence, but that's how you know you've reached a certain point when you put the sewing project in the washing machine and go, I can do this, and walk away.
I know. I was so proud of myself. I wore like a completely handmade costume to Comic-Con, and then I got home and went, this is gross, into the wash. Oh my god, beautiful.
Yeah, no, one of the first like full clothing pieces that I sewed and was confident enough to wear out was my season 9 Gemini Tay top. I was so worried the whole time because it was one of the better made ones that I've done, but it still wasn't great. And because I had to make up my own pattern by conglomerating a couple together, oh, I was scared the whole time.
Okay, we did say we were going to talk about fan fiction. There is one fan fiction. I keep like putting on and off my fan fiction recommendation like list of things I want to talk about because I'm like, it's right on the edge of like, do I love this as like I need to tell other people to read this, or do I love this because it's just a vibe, Which to me, those are different things. But it's called How to Babysit a Galactic Runaway. And it is like,
oh, I know this.
Yeah, it is a sci-fi version of someone from Dream Recipe being taken to Hermitcraft, and this time it's Technoblade.
Yeah.
And I'm always like on the fence because I'm like, I feel like you just made a Tommy Innit story and then controlled changed Tommy Innit to Technoblade, but it is also
no.
It's pretty well written. I will say I am enjoying it. It's enough, yeah.
I think, but oh, I love me some sci-fi. I
It's
love
so
me some
good.
humans or space orcs. I
It's so
love me.
good. But yeah, it is by Florist Kills, if anyone wants to go look that up. Dude, I'm so down the rabbit hole of I want to actually finish the novel that I'm writing so I can pursue publishing it. But I've been following all these like writer, editor, literary agent, publishing agent, all those like fancy people, and so many of them have the advice of your first book that you feel like you can publish is not the one that is going to be published. So I'm like, I need to go write a separate book first before I can pursue the one that I want to share with the world. And so the one I'm going to write first, I think I'm really set on this idea of a really sad sci-fi, like humans are space orcs, but the language barrier never goes away.
I love the language barrier.
I love
Give
the
me
language
more ones
barrier.
with the language barrier.
I have read so many sci-fi books and they're all like, and everyone can speak the same language. I'm like, you're missing so much opportunity here. Like,
I want. Oh, there was a fic, and I'm not going to say which one because I'm pretty sure there's people we don't talk about anymore. But there was one where the human crash landed on a planet where all of the species, that's the planet where the babies like bloom out of flowers.
Ooh.
I think Cabbage Patch Kids style.
Fascinating. I don't think I've read this one, but continue.
And this human was young and was pale like a human, and so it looked like an infant of the other species. who are so much more bigger and then will gain like more color as they get older. And so the alien person is just in instincts and is like, it looks like a sick baby. And tries to like fully baby this human. It's a baby. And when he doesn't start growing scales and when he doesn't get the developmental things, we're so worried for my sick baby. And the other members of the crew eventually are like, is that a human? I know he's been
that's a
staying in the
human.
nest, but I'm pretty sure that's a human in there. How do we break the news to this poor father who's just my sick baby?
The
Let me take care
baby.
of him. And that language barrier, I'm pretty sure, lasts the entire story where we never fully break it. But it was such a funny take to me because when you go to the human's perspective of this, you just get this, what is happening? Oh, am I getting bottle fed? What is happening?
I don't know what's going on, but okay.
I don't know what's going on, but I was just given enrichment toys.
And I do need enrichment. All right, fine. I'll let you
So-
continue.
No, that's exactly what it is. I love some.
Yeah,
I love space.
Yeah. I might, you know what? What if we co-write this novel together? What if we co-publish it? What if, hear me out, what if we just go pursue another thing that's only going to take 70 million years and all of my free time?
No.
I'm thinking of starting
I'm barely-
I'm thinking of starting a third YouTube channel. And I'm already at the point where I'm like, I can barely manage two. What am I thinking? But the ideas are
Chaos.
there.
Chaos. I've been so sick and busy with my real life that I've barely been able to make episodes.
The
I can't write a
ideas
novel with you.
are there. I can touch them. They're right.
That's Mallet Bonk.
Mallet. Mal.
Mallet comes to me with story ideas all the time.
Yeah, no, Mal has literally been DMing me. It's like, hey, I'm writing this fan fiction. Here's a blurb with zero context. I'm like, fan fiction? And I love it.
It's going to bananas.
It's so good. Okay. All right, I think that's the episode.
I love Spider-Man fanfiction. That's my comfort. Hermitcraft is a good basis, but every once in a while when I'm not feeling well,
You know, I haven't been
Spider-Man.
feeling Hermitcraft fan fiction recently. I'm like, is my hyperfixation dying? And then I find Vampires SMP, and I'm like, it's still here, baby.
Mine is still there.
It's
but
still
if I'm
there.
not feeling well, then you gotta get some of that Peter Parker angst on you.
Okay, go watch Scott.
That's my moral of the story.
Go watch Scott. Okay,
I'm
goodbye.
going to dinner, actually.
Oh, okay, go eat food. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of FanDive. We'll be back again next Monday diving into yet another fandom. Have a topic or question for the podcast? Head over to our website, fandive.tumblr.com. There you can also find any episode relevant images and general shenanigans that we get up to. It is Tumblr, after all. We're not afraid of being fans of things.